one end of the spectrum, we have the allos, the allosexuals. Those are like your everyday people, like your mom, your dad, Jen.
Anyone who's...
like, experiences sexual attraction. So, like, if you, like, I don't know, look down the street and you're like, ooh, I want to tap that, you're an allo.
Okay.
And on the other end, you have, like, completely asexual people who, like, don't experience sexual attraction at all.
Okay.
So they just are, like, you know,
Okay.
they might think someone that's, like, cute, like, they would want to date them, but they wouldn't be like, ooh, I want to bang that. Like, they don't feel that impulse.
The Greeks might have you beat.
They don't want to feel that
Yeah.
sexual shit. They just want the cuddles.
Yeah, I think the ancient Greeks actually organized this a while back. So.
But asexual people can still have sex.
Yeah.
So, like, if you have sex, it doesn't mean that you're allo. If you're having sex, you can still be asexual, but you usually do it for your partner.
Okay.
I think. There's a lot of it. And then, like there's, like, extra stuff on the spectrum. You have, like, demisexuals, okay? Now, a demisexual...
Sorry. I have the impulse to look something up.
Okay. I'll keep going. So, you have demisexuals, and those are people who are, like, they don't experience sexual attraction until they're in a relationship.
Okay.
Or, like, around there, until, like, they've experienced enough romanticism to experience sexual attraction. And it's different from the average person, because even if the average person wouldn't have sex without romantic, like, feelings and stuff, they would still be down the street, and they'd be like, ooh, I want to tap that. Like, they would still feel the impulse to tap. It's about the impulse.
So, would sex maniacs be hyper-allo?
They're just allo. Everyone who, like, experiences sexual attraction is allosexual. Like, it's, like, normal
It doesn't
plus.
matter the magnitude just a little bit? Or no?
Well, there's a spectrum, so, like, I guess you can keep going this way. I guess, like, you can, like, there's an extra arrow, so I guess you could say allo plus, but they would just be considered allo, like, I think allo is, like, the term for, like, average and plus.
I don't know.
Yeah.
I think so. Someone can correct me on that later. But I'm pretty sure that's what it is. And then you have, like, ace people all over there. And now, you don't have to just experience this with sexuality. You can also experience this with romantic attraction.
Okay.
So you have allo-romantics, which are, like, me and Jen and, like, almost everyone I know. I know some aromantic people, but I don't know many.
Would that also be, like, sociopaths?
No.
Okay.
They just don't experience romantic attraction. They can still, like, experience friendship.
Wait. Can we take a break and watch one of my mythology videos? It's relevant.
I need to keep going because I haven't even gotten to the discourse yet.
I swear it's more relevant than you think.
I haven't even gotten to the discourse yet.
Okay, we'll get to the discourse then. We'll watch the video. Deal?
Okay, yeah. So, there's, like, this discourse going around that cis-het aces shouldn't be allowed in the LGBT community.
Okay, cis.
That means, like, people who are cisgender. Do you remember what cisgender is?
I've signed up. Agree with the
signed up at birth, yes. And then heteroromantic aces.
So pretty much people different genders.
Yeah, they experience romantic attraction with the opposite gender, but they're asexual.
Yeah.
And people in the LGBT community, like, some people believe that cis-het aces shouldn't be allowed in the LGBT community. And there's discourse going around. And there's also people who believe that aro aces also shouldn't be allowed in the community, even though they don't experience any romantic or sexual attraction.
Yeah.
Like, even though they call them heteros, even though they aren't, because they don't experience romantic or sexual attraction.
Yeah.
So, yeah, people are like, cis-het aces don't belong in the community. So that would mean, like, just being asexual, like, asexuality in itself, like, it doesn't mean anything. So, like, those people would say, like, I'm allowed in the community because I'm homo-romantic, but I'm not allowed in the community just because I'm demisexual. So they're, like, saying, like, my homo-romanticism is like more important than my demisexuality,
Okay.
etc.
Not necessarily that it's more important, but that it's just like not the same beast.
But it's still part of the. I think it's still part of like the LGBT community.
Well, yeah, I mean, you can make it as big as you want, but it's not really related.
I mean, like when I was
Oh.
when I was first out as asexual before I was out as a lesbian. And I feel like I experienced, like, maybe it was just because of where I was, but I feel like I experienced, like, way more hate being, like, asexual than I ever did being, like, a lesbian. Like, I've had, like, more people, like, threaten to rape me as an asexual person than I ever did, like, saying I'm a lesbian. And I feel like personal experiences, like, incidental evidence, like, yeah, it doesn't, like, matter that much, but I feel like it should hold, like, some weight, like, because those are, like, personal experiences, and that's the whole reason we have the community in the first place, is because all of these personal experiences that people are feeling, and it's not right. I shouldn't have been threatened rape by multiple men just because I was asexual.
I wonder if that's also just like a rapey misogynist issue.
It might be a misogyny issue, but like just like if I would have said something like because it would happen immediately due to me being asexual. Like they would, like I'd say like, oh, I'm asexual, and then they would say like, oh, I can fix that for you, and then they would like push me up against the wall and some shit. And that's happened to me multiple times from telling people I was asexual, and it hasn't happened at least yet while telling people I was a lesbian. And I feel like it's because they think asexuality isn't real, which it is. So, I feel like that's a problem, and I feel like that having asexuality in LGBT movement would, like, help make it at least seem more real. Which it is, so that way, like, you know, like, it's, like, because, like, there's, like, a lot of lesbian problems, like, you can't, it's just, like, you can't take, like, gay men issues and lesbian issues and like put them in the same boat. Like they have overlapping issues that need to be addressed, but like they also have separate issues that need to be addressed. It's like the same thing with asexuality. Like there's overlapping issues that need to be addressed with like the rest, but there's also like separate issues that need to be addressed. And none of them are like more important than the other, but they should still like, since there's enough overlapping issues because it deals with sexuality, I think it should be in the community.
Well,
okay.
Lesbian and gay are kind of the same thing because it's like who you're partnered with. It was the issue. That's why, like, maybe.
So here's something fun about.
Sorry.
Het partnered bisexuals should not be like in the community. Controversial.
But I feel like het partnered bisexuals should be in the community because they still face like. I feel like they still face discrimination based on being bisexual. Like, I know that there's like a stereotype that bisexual women are more. What's the word? Like more promiscuous. And, like, men won't want to date a bisexual woman. Even if they are dating one, like, they might still have that in their mind. And, like, I've seen, like, many stories on Reddit where, like, men wouldn't take, like, their bisexual partner to Pride because they didn't want, like, people thinking they were gay. Like, I think that's kind of, like, you should still be able to go to Pride, like, you're a bi. And, like, I feel like it's mainly it should be based on, like, how you feel, like, your sexual attraction is. Then,
well, I think
like,
the issue is
who your partner is.
I don't know. The issue with that is like the trans thing. Like, there's no way to verify. Like, the only reason that lesbians and gay men are like face any problems really is because people see that they're with like a same-sex partner.
Yeah, but like I told, like, when you tell people that you're asexual and I get like assaulted pretty much, like I feel like that's still like.
Yeah, I don't know what to think of that.
Yeah.
I feel like that's still, like, a negative thing. Like, I feel like you should be able to say, like, I'm asexual and not get assaulted.
Well, yeah,
I'm a lesbian
obviously.
and not get assaulted. Yeah, but I haven't experienced any assault, like, being assaulted yet for being a lesbian. But I have for saying I'm on the ace spectrum. Because people think it's just something that doesn't exist that they need to fix. Like that they can fix through raping you. It's also misogynistic. But, like, I also know, like, some asexual men who also had, like, some problems